The negative effects of social media on relationships. Hi, I'm Angie Lynn. Thanks for joining me here at the Perfectly Imperfect Network for Life Squared.
Welcome to Life Squared, brought to you by the Perfectly Imperfect Network, from imperfect folk everywhere.
The negative effects of social media on relationships. Now, we've talked a little bit about this before, and in February we like to talk a lot about relationships. We mostly like to talk about the positive benefits of great relationship, but sometimes we have to talk about what keeps a relationship from being positive. And social media is one of the worst culprits for our relationships. And you know what? It doesn't matter how old you are. I don't care if you're 15 years old or you're 75 years old. These social media sites can create situations that hurt your relationships. And almost everyone has been a victim of issues related to relationships and social media. It is becoming an epidemic, and it really, really is impacting our relationships, especially our love relationships. Number one, we somehow look at other people's lives and we create unrealistic expectations of our own life. You know, you hear about FOMO, fear of missing out. You know, so-and-so went to Mexico, I didn't get to go. It creates unrealistic expectations. You know, so-and-so's kids always look clean and neat and happy, and my kids aren't clean and neat and happy all the time. Well, you're taking a little snapshot, literally, a snapshot out of somebody else's life. You don't know. They may have went to Mexico and took out 3 loans to get there. And you wouldn't want to do that at all. You don't know how many times they changed their kids' clothes just to get that one photo taken. So it gives us unrealistic expectations. You know, you see other couples that look happier than you feel like you are in your life. That may or may not be true. And it just might be a snapshot, an act, a momentary smile that has you believing something that really doesn't exist. Number 2, jealousy. These platforms are just raging with situations that provoke jealousy, very serious jealousy. You know, people meet new friends that they may flirt with or talk to or, share with without boundaries. We tend to let our boundaries go when we're on social media because there's a little bit of an anonymity when, you're not face to face with somebody. We somehow look at it as okay to stay connected with exes, and that can drudge things out of the past when they're watching your life, when you're interacting with them, and it might not be healthy for your current relationship or your family. In fact, I see a lot of situations where that just destroys relationships. Number 3, couples fight more that are on social media. They fight, argue, and have more problems when they are actively on social media. And they interact a lot with other people on social media. Because again, we let down boundaries. And anytime we let down boundaries at work, on social media, while we're drinking, problems occur. Boundaries are a good thing. Number 4. I mentioned FOMO, fear of missing out. You believe that your own life is less interesting than everybody else's, which probably isn't one bit true. Because again, we're taking just a little snapshot out of a moment in another person's life that might be, it might be one of the best acting jobs on earth. It might not even be true. Number 5, when you're sitting there on your social media, especially in your off time when you're at home, you're taking quality time away from your partner. And that usually is not okay. Your relationships suffer. Number 6, body Image issues come about from social media. Well, she looks better than I do, or his wife looks better than my wife. Well, a lot of times they're photoshopped or they're old photos. When they looked better, believe me, this is a huge problem for older people as well as younger people. You know, you're constantly making some sort of comparison, again, to something that may or may not be realistic. Number 7, it creates mental health issues because of all of these other things that we believe. You know, unrealistic expectations, jealousy, fighting more, you know, believing your life is less interesting, taking time away from your partner, believing your body image is horrible. All this equals what? Mental health issues. And that's what it equals every time. Number 8, it can create narcissism. If you've got a huge following, and especially if what you're putting out there is not realistic, you start kind of believing it and you become more narcissistic. It's a recipe for disaster. Use social media with all of these things in mind. It doesn't mean not to ever use it, but, you know, get on there once a day, you know, do your greetings, do whatever you do, and don't stay on there. Look at what your friends have to offer and just don't take it too seriously. Know that most things on there are a little bit contrived, and not necessarily because the people are trying to. It's just you're putting on a moment, a segment, a snapshot of your life, not your whole life. Think about it. We would like to invite you to subscribe to our channel, to like us, and to share Life Squared with your friends. We would really appreciate it. My name's Angie Lynn. Thanks for being here with me today on the Perfectly Imperfect Network for Life Squared.
We really appreciate you joining us today at Life Squared on the Perfectly Imperfect Network. To get more content, please consider subscribing. If you have any questions or feedback, we'd love to hear from you in the comments section. Thanks for watching.